Yeah, I got that one with me this time.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I've been all around the world.
I have been tagged by the Disney sisters for a R.I.P, rest in peace, Disney park and attraction tag. This was originally created by Heather at the Disney Housewife. As soon as I was tagged, I immediately thought, I'm bringing in Mr. Mouse Diva on this one, because the tag has a lot to do with things at the parks from the past. And actually, Mr. Mouse Diva went to Disney World a lot more often than I did, a lot earlier.
Yep.
Because I did not, my first Disney trip was not until 1993, and that was just to Magic Kingdom. And then I didn't go back till 2007. And that was just to Magic Kingdom. So for all 4 parks, I actually did not start going until 2010. So yeah, I thought it would be very interesting to bring.
January of 72.
Yeah, so he's been going a long
We've met.
time. So, there are 7 questions that we're going to answer about the parks. Let's get started. If you could bring one dark ride back to life, what would you choose? So, let's hear yours first.
What do you think I would choose?
Mr. Toad's ride.
Almost didn't.
You almost didn't choose it?
Almost didn't choose it. Went back and forth. I fought with Ellen's Energy Adventure.
You'd want to bring that one back?
Oh yeah, I like that.
Why did you like that?
I don't know, I thought it was cool. I loved the big vehicles, and I loved the different stuff that you went through in there. And
I like the beginning. I love the dinosaur part.
yeah, that was really cool.
The very end of it, I can remember closing my eyes quite often.
I just like the big ride vehicle, so. But yeah, Mr. Toad.
Okay, well, I'm gonna answer what I thought your answer would be. And I would say Mr. Toad's ride, only because I never got to ride it.
You poor thing.
So I would definitely bring it back so that I could ride it.
You almost get to ride it when you get to the Tigger portion of the Pooh ride.
Instead of Tigger bouncing, the Toad was hopping.
I think they just repainted the cars. Those aren't actually honey pots that you're sitting in.
So that is what I would bring back, just so I could actually experience it. All right, number 2, of all the active experiences that have come and gone, which was your favorite or wish you could have experienced? I'm going to go first on this one.
Okay.
This is definitely for personal reasons, and I know as soon as I say it, I bet 100% of you are going to go, what? I would bring back the American Idol at Hollywood Studios. I know, I'm looking at this. And there's a personal reason why. So my daughter, Skylin, used to do a lot of musical theater. She used to sing quite a lot. She took voice lessons when she was younger. And we, in 2012, we actually got to go in and experience the American Idol. And she was, you know, kind of like, ooh, I want to do this, but you had to be 14, and she wasn't 14 at the time. I think, she would have been 11. Wait a minute, when did we go? 2012. Oh, when did we go in 2012? What month did we go?
That's why I have her to keep track of this
We went
stuff.
at Christmas 2012. Cool. So she wasn't old enough, so I would bring that back so that she would actually get the opportunity, like, so that it was at least still around when she was 14, so that she could have at least done it once. So.
Okay. Now, little disclaimer here. Some of these things that I'm saying are gone. I'm not sure are really gone because I'm not actually allowed to plan trips, so I don't really know what is or isn't still there. This one does most of that.
Well, you know the parks by now, pretty much.
Well, yeah, but when you just like walk past it, I don't know if it's just gone or what.
If I'm just saying we're not going to it.
So I'm going to stretch the interactive portion of it. But the Walt history thing with the multi-plane camera and like,
Still there.
It's still there?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't even know if these things are gone or not.
Yeah, it's still there. And matter of fact, that brought back my second answer would have been the back in Hollywood Studios. I forgot what it was called. I've actually went to it, but it was some type of interactive. Like there'd be this ship, and they'd call like you were on a ship during a storm. And you actually got to wear like the yellow rain jacket, and they'd get, you know, people from the audience before you actually went and got to sit down. They'd pull people out to, you know, ask them if they wanted to be in the show. And they would actually get wet, like water would get, you know, poured on them because they were fighting the storm. Comment below if you know the name of that. I would love to have been able to participate in that. So I would love to have that back again.
Well, then the interactive thing I wish they would bring back would be 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
That's not interactive. It's just a ride.
You had to crawl down into it and then look out the window.
I'll change my battery on that note. Now that the battery's changed, let's go on to question number 3. Did you just pinch my butt?
I just got shorter.
Thought I felt something. You just pinched my butt. Which parade or fireworks display would you want to bring back to remain permanently? Go for it.
Not exactly either, but it's kind of like a mental fireworks display. The Osborne Christmas light show.
Okay. Parade, definitely, without a doubt, and I'm sure most people that do this tag are going to say this, but the electrical Main Street. That was rude. Electrical Main Street Parade. Oh, I really miss that. I just have so many memories of that. That was one that I would actually, you know, make time for, make fast passes around. That music, it just brings back, it's just a lot of nostalgia for me on that one. So that, without a doubt, bring that parade back, give it back to us. Like,
I won't argue that one. That was cool.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Number 4, out of all the park icons, big or small, which 3, why are you laughing? Which 3
Because I don't know if they're actually gone.
Which 3 do you miss the most? What do you mean if they're actually, do you realize how many times you go to Disney World a year?
Yep.
Then how can you not know if the icons are there?
Because I'm not allowed to choose what we do.
But we basically hit every inch of the parks while we're there. Okay, let me just hear your answers. Let me hear your answers.
Number 1, I already miss the Epcot fountain.
Stop stealing my answers.
Don't make me go first.
That's it. You're no longer allowed to go first. So yeah, that was going to be the Fountain of Nations was going to be mine. I mean, that's really like, I mean, Lily and Disney.
You know the name of it. I don't.
Lily and Disney, like, not christened, but dedicated that fountain. So, and just, you got like, what, 23 different nations that brought water in from their homeland. I mean, I just can't even fathom, how did they get rid of that? Who made that choice to say, we're getting rid of that? I don't. And, you know, every 15 minutes watching the water synchronized to the music was fun. It was nice.
Yeah. Number 2 is also a fountain. And this is the one I'm not sure if it's still there or not. Is the Miss Piggy fountain gone from...
I knew you were going to say that.
Hollywood Studios?
So, it is still there. And
okay.
It is back to being a fountain. So, it was a fountain. And then at one point, they actually made it into like... They took the water out and made it into like a garden thing. Put plants and stuff in there.
I'm crouching down. This is really uncomfortable.
But it's back to a fountain now. So,
Okay.
So you can't, now you got to come up with a different one because
Okay.
it's there.
All right. Icon. Again, I'm stretching it, but there are things that I miss that the questions don't really address, so I've got to work them in. The original abrupt drop in Space Mountain.
Okay, wait a minute. Yeah. Did somebody actually get hurt on that at one time?
I think a bunch of people did.
Yeah, there wasn't enough
They were just-
room in between or something.
No, I think it was just too quick and people would like get thrown back and forth and bust their collarbones and stuff like that.
Oh, I think I heard something about that. But yeah, I didn't ride it. So you wanted to be hurt on the ride?
No, it was just fun.
It was fun because people were getting hurt?
Well, that wasn't the fun part.
Okay, so you still need another one. And that's not an icon. The hill in Space Mountain, the drop, was an icon.
I told you,
You were stretching it.
I'm struggling and I'm stretching to get stuff
Okay,
in
well
there
then
that
I'll
needs
give
to
you
be
one.
there.
Okay, my next two are basically going to be what most people are probably going to say, and that is the Earful Tower. Totally missed that. That is just like iconic. MGM, you know, I still call it MGM sometimes, but MGM Hollywood Studios, it's just, yeah, it's just iconic. And then the other thing is, a lot of people are going to disagree with this one because it seemed like you either loved it or you hate it, but the Sorcerer's Hat at Hollywood Studios. And the reason for that for me is that my first trip to Hollywood Studios, it was there. So one of the pictures I treasure of the kids is during a Halloween trip in 2010, and they're all got like Halloween themed clothes on, and there's a picture of them in front of that Sorcerer's Hat. So that's just symbolic to me and holds a lot of memories. I miss the hat, and to have been there when they were slowly taking it apart piece by piece, and it was just like ripping a piece of my heart out, if I could be dramatic about it.
So that's probably why she bought 6 to 8 of the pins that had pieces of the hat in it.
Probably. Missed that. Matter of fact, I'm going to insert that picture right now. Number 5, what was the strangest ride, show, or attraction that you were happy to see gone? I am so going first on this one because I don't even know if you remember it. Guys, this attraction was not even there a year.
It's probably better than my answer, so
Okay.
Go for it.
It wasn't even there a year. So it was at Hollywood Studios, and it was, gosh, I can't think of what, it was near some bathrooms. I'm trying to think. It was near the old Toy Story Land, on that little strip right there. And it was a pirate. It was actually a Jack Sparrow attraction. It was 2012, and it had a very long line because it hadn't been there long. And you go in, and you think you're going to this like pre-show. And everybody stands in this room, and it's like the theater, and basically you just watch clips of the movie and, well, one of the pirate movies, or maybe a whole bunch of them together.
That thing,
yeah, and there was some things on the side where you kind of see them fighting.
I'm right. That was a better answer than mine.
Oh yeah, and every minute you're thinking, okay, we're going to go in a minute. We're going to go to the actual attraction. Because at that point, we hadn't been around to know that if you knew the building that there wouldn't have been an attraction, there wouldn't have been a ride, but we didn't know that at the time. And then all of a sudden it was over and you're out. You stood the whole time, and it was just one of those things where if you could have sat, maybe it'd been something. But it was just horrible, and it proves it. It wasn't even there a year, and it was I don't know exactly what it was called, but I think Jack Sparrow's name was actually in it, not Pirates of the Caribbean. So comment below if you remember anything about that. All right, what's your answer?
All right. This will be an unpopular one, but I thought that back on opening day, the costume for Mickey was a little creepy.
You weren't there on it. Was it still the same in January 2072?
Thanks
Probably.
to the interweb, I have seen videos of this, and I thought he was a little creepy.
Yeah.
Don't miss that.
He was definitely a little creepy. Pointed nose. Yeah. Definitely creepy. Number 6, what Disney spectacular stage show would you bring back, whether it was underrated or that you just miss it? He was laughing at me. The camera didn't like it and cut off. My SD card filled up. So my battery has died and my SD card filled up so far. So I don't even know. Oh, what would I bring back? I never fully got to see the opening train show when they used to have the opening morning show outside in front of the train station instead of inside at the stage show. Several times we had tried, and because I'm not a morning person. He probably could have made it several times, but on the few occasions that I really did attempt to get there, something always happened, and
She didn't get up early enough. That's what happened.
No, the last time would have
But
been.
I'm not bitter.
The last time would have been
At
a
all.
birthday trip for Lakeland, and we had plenty of time to get there. But unfortunately, we were at in the pirate rooms at Caribbean Beach Resort, and that is the last stop. And if you're going really, really early in the morning to Magic Kingdom, buses will fill up before it gets there, and every bus kept passing us by. So it was over an hour before we got picked up. So we missed the stage show. So, I've seen it on YouTube, obviously, but to have experienced it, in person would have been nice.
Yeah, that's and very similarly, the show I never got to see was the first half of the stage show at the train station.
Oh, is that what you were going to say?
Yes, it is.
So we did get to see
The second half, yeah, we did get to experience
Yeah.
that, and that was cool. But
We-
it really
we
would
did.
have been nice to see the whole
Actually, it wasn't even the
thing.
second half, I don't think. It was probably like the last quarter of it that we actually got to see like twice, I think.
I was being generous.
Yeah, because it wasn't, we never got to stand there and look at it. Like, it had basically, by the time, because we were so far back, they were starting to let people in.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one
I'm going to check my
is
notes.
the bonus question, and that is thinking only of current rides, shows, attractions. Which one would you be the most upset about if Disney removed it? So go ahead with yours.
You gotta go for what's your favorite thing, and that would be Space Mountain for me. If they said, oop, Tron is cooler and more technically up to date, we don't need Space Mountain anymore, I'd be bummed.
Yeah, but was it not just last night or maybe the night before where you said, I don't know how much longer I have to ride Space Mountain, that you'll be able to ride Space Mountain?
Well, I said I'm going to keep trying.
And why would you not be riding it? I mean, other than the
It just
fact that
messes with my head.
you're getting old, but
It just, my head just,
just messes with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not necessarily gonna, I can't say that I have like what, he's messing with my butt again. I can't say that I have one particular favorite ride because so many of them are like on the same playing field. Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, It's a Small World, all on the same playing field. I would be really devastated if they took out, I'm going to say It's a Small World, because that's the one, I can't imagine they would ever take out Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a Small World, more people complain about. It's a love-hate relationship with it. But I adore it. It just screams Disney, like old Disney.
Screams would be a good word to use in that.
I go in and I just relax and I just feel, I don't know, like a little kid, I guess. just going in there, you know, what the song is about, what the attraction is about, and just seeing the old school animatronics. I actually like that. To think that one day all the old school animatronics could be gone is kind of scary. Because you sit there and you think, like Frozen, those animatronics, and the faces are like projected on. Well, if you kind of go past them and look to the side, it's really creepy, their faces, because they're basically faceless. If those projections aren't there, they're faceless. That's creepy. And to think that all the history would be gone and all of them would be like that would be tragic.
And I go through Small World and see if I can find something that I've never seen before in there to occupy myself and distract myself.
I do that, but it's just to be able to, there's so much to see.
I do things like calculate how many kicks the dancers have done since the ride opened.
I don't think I put that vlog on this channel. I think that vlog was on our family channel, Life's a Whirlwind. But yeah, we talked about the time where he actually, during the whole ride, kind of calculated how many times it has kicked since it opened, and how kind of, and that was just in his head, and then later I think you got a calculator or something kind of calculated, and you were kind of close, if I remember correctly, on how many times that it had kicked at that point.
It was something ridiculous, like 30 million.
Yeah, and you know, we calculated in everything, as in the few times the park's been closed, so it wouldn't have been running then, you know, all those little
operating hours and
time for it to be down, refurbishment period. So he kind of calculated all that.
You start looking at that, and then you're thinking about the mechanics of something that's got to hold up through that many repetitions. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a lot. And luckily we haven't seen any video or pictures of any It's a Small World kids losing their heads or anything like Ursula did in the Voyage of the Little, no, that's the show is the Voyage of the Little Mermaid. So I guess just the Little Mermaid. Yeah, at some point Ursula lost her head while the attraction was still going. So there's actually footage out there of Ursula's head just hanging by wires. It's so great.
That would make Small World a little more interesting.
Oh, that would be terrible. Can you imagine all the little kids? Yeah, no, that would be bad. Because more little kids are going to be on that a little bit more than the other. Anyway, we're rambling. Okay, so Heather, thank you for creating this tag. It is really cool to like reminisce and...
I have a final reminiscences thing to say.
Okay.
Then as I was thinking about this, I went back to old favorites and whatnot, and like, you know, kind of tried to work in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And one of the things they did in that ride was the fake bubbles coming up along the sides of the submarines to make you think you were diving. And it just struck me that the Little Mermaid ride, when you're in your shell and you're backing down the hill and the bubbles are coming up, are kind of a reminiscent nod to the old 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride that was in essentially the same spot.
Close, yep, pretty close. And actually that brought back, because speaking of that area, my answer originally to bring in an attraction back would have been Toontown. And because I have pictures of the girls in Minnie Mouse's house that I would love for, you know, the girls to be able to go back, stand in the exact spot so that I could get a picture. And I know Disneyland, I'm pretty sure Disneyland still has that there, right? Comment below. I'm pretty sure it does, but that wouldn't be the same thing. It would have to be in Walt Disney World where they were. So I would love to see that little area again too. So, all right, I need to tag a few people. I'm going to tag Jessi from Miss Cherry's channel. I think she'll be able to throw in like some Disneyland. I'd also like to tag Mariah from Mariah's Whole New World, and Melissa from Pixie Dust and Peaches. And Melissa, if you want to bring Mitzi in, that would be wonderful. Up to you, just because you know, most of the times I think they went to Disney World, they actually went together for the majority of the times, I think. So yeah, if you have that option to bring somebody else in like I did with him. So Hope and Abby, thank you so much for tagging me in this, because it was actually really neat to reminisce. And what are you doing?
I'm getting down here to your level.
To my level. What's that supposed to mean?
It means I've kind of...
So like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so that you know when I upload, and I will see you at the parks. No, you just gotta freeze. Kind of. We'll see. And he takes it literally. I'm like, we need a thumbnail. We gotta take a picture or something.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I've been all around the world. Every city.